Hello and welcome to TTFL round 20. We are at Baku. I am your host as always, Rob Sim Racer, and yeah, that's that done. Let's get into it. They should all be, that's it, everyone's loaded in. We've got 10 drivers tonight, 11 when Frenzy joins during quali. Evening, Matty. Thank you for the follow, mate. Why is that not come up? Just waiting for this to actually load us in so we can get some screens up. So, short quali tonight. As we've only got the 11 drivers, let's get that up and that up. And whilst we wait for someone to brave the wonderful track that is Baku, I'll bring up the stand-ins. Currently out in front is Thornicus, who's almost untouchable. He's got the lead over Elder, third place Rapid in contention for that second place spot. Frenzy in fourth, Hobo in fifth, Jake in sixth, Panda in seventh, Scotty in eighth, Mrs. Carl in ninth, Sesvin in 10th, Speedy in 11th, Singh in 12th, Josh in 13th, Binner in 14th, Still Sneeze in 15th, Loki 16th, Con 17th, and Art in 18th. In the constructors, McLaren have won the constructors championship with a 197 point lead. Ferrari are holding on to second spot at the moment, but Alpine aren't that far away. Aston Martin currently in fourth, Red Bull in fifth, Haas in sixth, Mercedes 7th, AlphaTauri 8th, Alfa Romeo 9th, and Williams in 10th. And our first car on track is Panda in the Ferrari. It's, again, yet another week, and I've forgotten to get everything set up ready because I was too busy trying to set a PC up that didn't want to work. As Panda makes his way out of turn 16 to start his run down the long straight with the wall of death, one of many walls of death. You should have enough chance. You need to go on charge. So Panda nicely through turn 1. My phone now going absolutely mental. Yeah, you can just be quiet for a minute. So through turn 3 and 4. Sector 1 is just all 90-degree corners. So hopefully we'll get a weather update. I wouldn't like to see rain around this track. Traction around here is hard enough in the dry. As Panda heading down towards turn 15. It's through there nicely without touching that barrier. Most important corner on the track, turn 16. You need to get a good exit there to carry the speed all the way down the start finish straight. Evening, Hobo. Glad you could make it. So Panda starts us off with a 141, immediately beaten by Scotty with a 140.6, and then beaten by Matty on a 140.4. Next across the line, Singh starting his lap. Mrs. Coles invalidated the current lap. Rapid on an out lap. Dry for the weekend. Thank you, Elder. Evening, T. How are you? So Rapid starting his lap, but he didn't start deploying his ERS till partway down the start-finish straight, so that might hurt him in his overall lap time here. Gets through turn 1 nicely. Nicely through turn 2. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, T. Challenge for any drivers that are listening. If you go down the runoff, you need to try and get the car rotated without stopping. Oh, as Rapid goes round on the exit of 4, clips a barrier, loses an end plate, so that's going to be a trip back to the pits. Cornicus starting his first run. See what our current championship leader can do. Singh moves up into third on a 140.9. So Panda a second off the pace of the front 3. Still plenty of time to find improvement. Cornicus heading up towards the castle. Really hope they've updated this section of the track in the new game, because that entry barrier is now tight to the castle wall rather than what we have on this game where it sticks out still. Coming to the end of sector 2 for Thornicus, 15.5. Let's ride across that curb nicely, so the rear ride height is set up perfectly to be able to take maximum traction down this straight. DRS open. Straight run to the line, 39.6. So the first driver into the 139s. Take Thornicus to the top of the standings. Not sure why you've changed your EA name, Elder. So 16.4 through sector 2. You did cause me an absolute nightmare when I was setting the lobby up. And a 41.0 for Elder takes him into 5th place. There's still more time to find. Oh, why aren't you working? You're not working because you think you're the wrong game. And that one. That one, that one. No, don't do it, don't do it. That's better. We've got tyre data working again. So Mrs. Cole's done a 42.2, taking her into 7th. Frenzy has joined the lobby, so we are up to 11 drivers now. Rapid on another outlap. Hobo into the castle. No commentator's curse there, he didn't actually go into the castle. I should have said through the castle section. Close to that wall on the outside. A bit too close to the wall on the exit of 15. Hasn't caused major damage. A little bit of front wing damage. Shouldn't cause him an issue for the end of this lap. Oh, it sounded like contact with the wall again there. To the line, 41.7 from Hobo takes him into 6th place. Sky's abandoned the lap he's on. Rapid just coming to start his lap. Clear track in front, so we'll stay with Rapid, see what he can do on this second run. So down the second DRS, well technically the first DRS straight. There's my Xbox now because I'll be on full track. So embrace the meme. Need to get you on a wheel, my friend. I'll say need to get you on a wheel. There's no need to actually push people towards a wheel. Quite a few fast drivers on controller. Buy me a wheel and I'll use one. Yeah, not at the moment. Mainly because if I were to buy someone a wheel, everyone would want me to buy them a wheel, and I'm just not made of money. I'm on controller in P2 currently. Yeah, you are, mate. It's P3 now as Rapid just steals that P2 spot with a 140.1. Can Matty reserve in RPR? I believe there is space. I've given a Williams and a Ferrari out. Yes, there's space for Matty in RPR. He can have the second Mercedes seat. And I've tagged him in the attendance channel as well. Yeah, Mercedes, please, Matty. Oh, you get back-to-back Baku, back-to-back Mercedes, but you also have a sprint to do in RPR. So technically you get to do Baku back-to-back-to-back. So Speedy up into third on a 140.3. Good time from Speedy. Elder back on track, just coming to the end of sector 1, currently 2 tenths up. As Cornicus improves to a 39.3, putting him 8 tenths in front of Rapid. Elder making his way through the castle, down towards turn 15. Into the runoff, can he? Oh, you can't get it turned around without coming to a stop. Does get it back going again, but will need to be into the pits for a new wing. Mrs. Cole through sector 2, 9/10 up. So it could move her up into at least 8th place, and it's got any more to find in sector 3. Does move her up into 8th, taking a second out of her previous time. Hobo coming to start a lap. Still annoys me the way it disappears from saying out lap as you enter sector 3. I've not tried traction on this game, Elder, but I know people have said mediums almost like none. But you can't hurt to try one run, see what happens. I missed Hobo's time through sector 1 as he makes his way towards the castle. Clouting the wall on the exit there. Running down the back straight. Well, the back straight that's actually got 2 corners in it. Can't say as they count because they're flat out. Down towards turn 16. 3/10 up. At the moment needs to find another couple of tenths to jump Panda. And Singh has retired. Is that going to affect Elder as Elder makes his way towards the castle? Getting round Singh. Hobo does improve, takes 0.16 out of his time, but stays in 10th place. Elder was on an out lap, so Singh's car wouldn't cause him too many issues. Panda on his way to start his final run. Following his teammates, will be trying to get the benefit of the tow, but the dirty air may affect him through the middle sector. So Rapid, see what his split is. Thornicus is still in the pits, so Thornicus won't be improving. Rapid a 10th up through sector 1. Heading up towards the right hander of 7, cuts that a little bit too much and invalidates the lap. Is he going to keep running to help his teammate along? Oh, Elder not making it across the line. That's harsh. So Panda 6/10 up, nearly 7/10 up as they go through sector 2. Get the benefit of the tow down the start finish straight here. Avoiding Singh cost you. So Panda crosses the line at 140.5, so moves Panda up into 5th place. Scotty is on a lap, too slow on second lap. First lap still good enough so far for P4. Let's see where I end up. It's only Scotty, and Scotty's not improving because Scotty's got no front wing. So that is P4 for you, Matty. Overall, the times are very close. If we ignore Thornicus's absolutely blinding 139.3, second to 8th within a second. 9th and 10th not that far off. And then you've got Frenzy on a 145.4. Frenzy would no doubt have run a full fuel load for that. So there we have confirmation. Thornicus takes the pole, Rapid in 2nd, Speedy in 3rd, Matty in 4th, Panda in 5th, Scotty in 6th, Singh in 7th, Elder in 8th, Mrs. Carl in 9th, Hobo in 10th, and Frenzy in 11th. Don't lose hope, Elder. It's one of those tracks where a lot of people struggle. We could see a lot of safety cars. I'm hoping we don't, but at the same time it'll bring everything back together. Oh, there's my boy messaging me. I better reply or he'll moan at me. So first Baku formation lap of the night. Only another 2 to go after this one. There's RPR, GP2 are at Baku as well. They've got a sprint, so they've got the 9-lap sprint and then the 26-lap race. Hopefully they have better luck than I did Monday. Need any reserves for that? Just that's gone. Ferrari's gone. There is a space available if you want it, Elder. You were in the server. Remind me at the end of the stream, and I'll sort out which seat that will be. It is F1, yes. Formation lap. Let's see what tyres everyone's gone for. So top 3 going for the medium, Matty going for the hard, Panda on the medium, Scotty on the hard, Singh and Elder on the medium, and then Miss Carl, Hobo and Frenzy on the hard. tyre wear round Baku between the mediums and the hards is pretty close from memory on Monday. So only when you get towards the end of the stint that the mediums start to show more signs of wear. And saying lap 11 to 15 to come off the mediums to the hards. We'll see what happens with safety cars though. Why is Speedy all the way at the back of the pack? Did I miss Speedy having a moment? We'll come back to the front of the grid for the start as Speedy is driving all over the place on his way to his grid slot. Two lights, three lights, four lights, five lights. It's lights out and now we're going. So Thornicus with a great start covering off Rapid. Mrs. Cole dropping down the order, dropping down into 9th place. Everyone seems to have made it through the first two corners without incident though. Things drop down into 10th. Thanks to that, we've got a yellow flag. It's Rapid running deep into turn 3, gets the car turned around. But that's dropped him all the way to the back of the pack, giving Thornicus a bit of breathing space. Speedy just over a second back. Then we've got Matty, Scotty, Elder and Panda all close together as they make their way through the castle for the first time with a full fuel load. Elder getting a bit of a wiggle as we come onto the back straight. Elbo's gained 3 places off the start, helped by that moment from Rapid. Rapid with a bit of work to do now to try and catch up to the back of the pack. Speedy closing into Thornicus, taking a couple of tenths out of him over through sector 2 and 3. Scotty making a move on Matty, so Scotty up into 3rd place. A bit. Because it's Friday. Oh, Scotty hitting the wall on the exit of turn 1. That's given Matty a better exit and allowed him to get back past. So Scotty losing out on 3rd place there. He's picked up a bit of front wing damage, so that's going to hurt him as he makes his way through sector 2. Or into sector 2. So we losing quite a bit of time to Matty. Matty opening up nearly a second gap over Scotty. Not again. Thornicus has dropped out. Wrong one, that one. That's invite resent to Thornicus, but his AI is going to come under attack from Speedy fairly quickly. Elder up into 4th place, whilst I was doing that invite. Scotty losing out to Elder and coming under attack from Panda as well as they make their way down towards the start finish line. Scotty into the pits. Obviously wanted to get that wing changed as quick as possible. Speedy has made his way past Cornicus. Hopefully Cornicus is back into the lobby. Cornicus with the work to do. Hobo up into 6th place. That'll be thanks to Scotty into the pits. Hobo not that far off the back of Panda. Panda losing a bit of ground to Elder. Cornicus trying to find a way back past Speedy to retake the lead. We've got VSC. So that will neutralise the race. Why have we got a VSC? Scott is still in. Why have we got a VSC? No one seems to have any. Oh wait, Hobo. Hobo has no front wing. Is that the reason for the VSC? Anyone else picks up damage? Singh doesn't show telemetry. It looks like it was for Hobo losing his front wing. So Rapid has closed up to the back of Frenzy. So he's managed to catch back up. Will Hobo make it out before Scotty gets through the first corner? Hobo goes towards the pit exit. Should get out just in front of Scotty, but Scotty will have a little bit of extra heat in the tyres. Cornicus has got back past Speedy, so Cornicus back into the lead. Speedy within DRS, as we've got yellow flags that Singh off at turn 7 again. So Hobo and Scotty heading up towards there now. They'll need to be careful, not knowing where Singh's car is going to be. Race neutralised. Singh's car in almost the same position it was in quali, but that is a full safety car, so this is going to help Hobo and Scotty get to the back of the pack again. It's too early to pit off the hards. Who's calling it off? Whilst we're on the safety car, I'll be back in a minute. Sorry about that. Son was phoning, so I had to answer it. So under safety car, Elders pitted, Rapids pitted, Speedy's pitted, Hobos. Did Hobo pit again? No, Hobo was just out of the pits that time. Scotty stayed out. So Thornicus and Panda on the mediums have stayed out. Everyone else who was on the mediums has come into the pits to fit the hards. There'll be 21 laps is doable on the hards, especially with a couple of laps behind safety car. So Thornicus and Panda will be hoping to try and build an advantage. Yes, you can use full traction in RPR Elder. It's basically the same assist settings as TTFL, except the racing line, if you use it, is corners only in RPR. Speedy's been back into the pits. Ah, Scotty and Hobo did both pit. I did wonder how it looked like you'd pitted and stayed in front of Scotty, but Scotty must put back on the hards he started the race on. Speedy, you need to pick the pace up, mate, because you holding second gear trying to get your fuel down, but you need to catch up with the pack. So another lap on the safety car whilst we wait for Speedy to close up. And now he's starting to go full pelt. So that was a little bit yeah, that may have to be discussed after the race. So standings at the moment, Thornicus in the lead still, Matty up into second, Panda in third, Mrs. Carl in fourth, Elder in fifth, Rapid in sixth, Hobo in seventh, Frenzy in eighth on fresh mediums, Scotty in ninth and Speedy in 10th on the hards, but back in the pits again. Speedy back onto the hard tyre. Needs to get a move on because I think the safety car will by default come in at the end of this lap. Heading down towards the start of sector 3. If it's going to be called, it'll be called now. The lights are off. I've not had the message on the screen, but safety car is in this lap. So Thornicus will need to back the pack up here. Safety car does pull off and into the pits. Thornicus has gone, trying his best to lose the pack behind, but everyone's so close. Hobo up into 6th. Mrs. Cole loses out to Elder, drops down into 5th. Elder very close to the back of Panda there. That's cost Elder 4th place as Mrs. Cole back up into 4th, getting the better drive out of turn 3. Speedy and Scotty battling it out at the back for the final position. Speedy with a big kick of oversteer, getting on the power. Scotty backing out a little there. This was not to get caught up in an incident. Thornicus has started to check out in front though. It's built over a second back to Matty. Matty with a bit of breathing space back to Panda. Mrs. Cole holding on to 4th but coming under a bit of pressure from Elder. Hobo just behind as well, waiting to pick up any pieces. Elder down the inside of Mrs. Cole as they head towards 15. Gets the move done. A great overtake from Elder there. That was round through 14. Set him up on the inside for 15. He's got to be wary of giving the toe to Mrs. Cole on the run down towards turn 1. Hobo getting a good drive out of 16, going wheel to wheel with Mrs. Cole. Gets the move done before the start finish straight. Rapid following Hobo through as well. This camera angle is horrendous. So Rapid getting past Mrs. Cole and up into 6th. Mrs. Cole losing 2 places there, just down the start finish straight. Frenzy just behind. Scotty and Speedy have dropped off the back of the pack a bit. Scotty over a second off the back of Frenzy. Speedy 2 seconds back, so I don't know what's happened to Speedy. Cornicus opening that gap in front to 2 seconds. Panda holding on to the back of Matty. Elder trying to close up into this fight for the podium. His top 3 haven't pitted yet, so will be needing to come in at some point for a change of tyres. Matty having a nightmare through the castle. Matty with no front wing now. Manages to keep it out the wall through turn 14. Going to be coming into the pits, and that's unfortunate for Matty because with the pack this close he's going to drop off the back. Fair play to Matty, trying to run and keep off the main racing line, so not to hold up those behind. There's Frenzy and Mrs. Cole trying to battle it out alongside Matty, so Matty peels off into the pits. That releases everyone else. Scotty's managed to make a move on Frenzy. Speedy into the pits as well. Is that another wing for Speedy? There is a new wing for Speedy, so Speedy will stay in 10th. Matty comes out in 9th place. Cornicus has opened that gap in front to 4.3 seconds, so he's disappearing. Elder still on the back of Panda as they head up towards turn 7. Hobo up into 4th, coming under pressure from Rapid. Do they all make it through the castle? Have so far. Scotty just outside the DRS from Rapid, and then gets within the DRS. Although there won't be any DRS this time around. He needs to try and get in that slipstream and pull himself along. This is Cole keeping touch, but is going to be under pressure from Frenzy, who looks to have had a great drive out of 16. Heading through 17 and 18. Goes up the inside as they head down towards the start finish straight. Misses Cole straight back into that slipstream. Try and take full advantage. Elder up the inside of Panda into turn 1. Gets the move done, so Elder up into 2nd place. Panda up the inside into turn 2. Gets that place back, so a short-lived 2nd place there for Elder. Panda gets the advantage of the DRS as well to help him open that gap. Hobo on charge, looking at the back of Elder. And then a little deep on the brakes into turn 4. It's given Rapid hope that he can find a way past. Now I've got a DRS train here from Panda back to Frenzy. Mrs. Cole getting into that train as well. Elder looking down the inside towards turn 15. As Panda runs deep and collects the wall, we've got safety car. Everyone's still running. Why have we got a safety car when everyone is still running? So Cornicus taking the opportunity to dive into the pits for a cheap pit stop under safety car. Panda will be coming in for a new wing, followed in by Scotty trying to find this. Oh, this game is funny. That was the most hilarious DNF I've ever seen in the pits by Scotty. Trying to sneak past Panda, takes out the pit entry speed limit sign and just drives straight into the I don't know, the raised concrete for the pit wall. Oh, I need to clip that. I do. I need to clip that. Or if anyone listening wants to clip that, I'll need to post that somewhere else. Kerry, are you in the chat? Did you see that? Right, so with all of that fun of the pit stops, Elder has inherited the lead. Hobo up into 2nd, Rapid in 3rd. But on fresh tyres behind, you've got Cornicus, Frenzy, Panda, Mrs. Cole, Speedy currently in 8th, and Matty in 9th. It's going to help Matty close up on the pack. Ooh, excuse me. Just message Scotty a little bit of abuse. Oh, what are you doing, Panda? So still on the safety car. Speedy back into the pits again. How many stops has Speedy had this race? Let's have a look. This is stop number 4. For another set of mediums. So gone from mediums to medium, same egg. Speedy, you need to pick the pace up because you'll drop him back off the pack again. So Elder with the lead, Hobo in second, Rapid in third. Stop pressing buttons. Cornicus sitting in fourth with a bit of work to do. He's going to have the tyre advantage on the restart. Can he make his way through? Thank you, T. I'll be putting that in the RPR chat. So everyone is on the back of the safety car. Hopefully we'll have safety car in. Oh, we have. That was a late call by the safety car. So as we get going, Rapid with a jump on Hobo going around the outside into turn 1. Wheel to wheel contact there between Rapid and Hobo. Hobo losing out to Cornicus, but going on the attack. Manages to get back past Rapid. Rapid losing out to Cornicus there. Cornicus having a great restart, jumping 2 places up into second. Mrs. Carl and Speedy battling it out over 7th place. Speedy diving up the inside. Too late on the brakes. Oh, everyone going for the reversing back out of the... No, not far enough. Turning circles horrendous on an F1 car, Speedy. Could have just powered it round and done a Vettel, spun it round in the runoff area. So Elder holding on to the lead at the moment, but Cornicus is closing in. Got there in the end. Yeah, driving test. We'd like you to perform the turn in the road. It used to be called the 3-point turn, but we've seen your driving, so we know it needs to be renamed Turn in the Road, Speedy. Hobo holding on to third. Got a bit of pressure from Rapid as Frenzy going around the outside of Panda as they head towards the start-finish line. Frenzy is in front of Panda. Rapid making the move on Hobo as well. So Rapid up into third. Hobo drops down into 4th place. And has Frenzy for company as well. Frenzy with a great drive out of turn 2. So looking up the inside down towards turn 3. Side by side as they come to turn 3. Frenzy backing out there. So he didn't get pinched, but coming under pressure now from Panda, who got a great drive out of 3 and up towards 4. This is Cole and Matty on the back of Panda. This is a great little bout up to 3rd place. Thornicus has closed up, is within a second of Elder, well, within 3/10 of Elder. I think, where's that message gone? Elder and Thornicus battling it out into turn 1. 108 point difference. And there are 120 points available to the end of the season. So 12 points over. Thornicus needs to outscore Elder by 12 points to tie up the driver's title. As it stands, isn't going to happen. Rapid starting to gain into the back of Elder now that Thornicus has cleared Elder. Rapid and Elder on the same age tyres. So no tyre advantage here. Obviously we can't see Rapid's wear because he doesn't share the telemetry data. Hobo's lost out to Frenzy and Panda. So Hobo's dropped down into 6th. Frenzy up into 4th. Closing in towards Rapid and Elder. McLaren have already won the Constructors' title, though I don't think it's been announced in the Discord yet. Oh, I'm not getting half the FIA messages pop up because Frenzy's just taken the fastest lap, but it's not showing on my screen. As Frenzy looking down the inside towards turn 3 on Elder, does get the move done. Elder trying to find a way back into 4. Looking for the switch back, but can't make it work. So Frenzy up into 3rd. Thornicus has managed to drop Rapid by a second. So Thornicus on those fresher tyres is opening that gap back to Rapid in 2nd place. Frenzy on the medium should have a better drive out of this corner and start closing in on Rapid. A Hobo, are you carrying damage? It doesn't look like it, just high tyre wear. Oh, yeah, fairly high tyre wear on your 12 lap old hards. The speed is not really gained any time on the pack after that. Running deep into turn 4, it stayed at about 14 seconds. So Speedy will be hoping for a safety car to bring him onto the back of the pack. Frenzy's starting to lose a little ground to Rapid. I don't know if he had a moment. Held it just outside the DRS, but he needs to be looking in his mirrors as Panda's got the DRS as they run up towards turn 3. Panda not close enough to make a move at the moment. My telemetry showing me that Elder's got a bit of wing damage, so that's going to be hurting him. Front white, front. Learn to speak English. It would be good. It's the only language you know how to speak. Front right wing damage for Elder, and it looks like that just got a bit worse as we came through the castle. The end plate now missing on the spectator view. So add to that higher tyre wear, I think Eld is going to be a bit of a sitting duck here to Panda when they get the DRS down the start finish straight. Running a bit deep on the exit, Panda able to take the title line through 16. It's giving him a better drive as they head down towards the DRS. DRS is open. Panda looking for the cut back to the inside into turn 1. Gets the move done, but Elder not giving it up, fighting back on the run towards turn 2. Elder have the DRS this time on Panda. Can he get close enough? That's first DRS straight isn't quite long enough unless you are right on the back wing as you come out of turn 2. Panda using those fresher tyres has opened the gap as they head towards turn 7 now. Panda's broken the DRS from Elder behind. Rapids lost a couple of tenths to Thornicus over the last couple of laps as we've lost Mrs. Cole and Elder in the castle. I'm not sure what's gone on there. Both drivers losing a wheel. That brings out the safety car. Cars are currently... No, they've just cleared the cars. We are back under safety car. Damage was killing me. Yeah, front wing damage around here. Depending what setup you run, any setup, it's going to be a nightmare. You can get away with a very light yellow front wing, but yours, I was on board when I think you clipped the wall again because of that. Yeah, you just have no grip on the front end. So under this safety cars, Frenzy's stayed out. Cornicus has pitted for the softs. Rapids come in for the mediums. Panda's gone for the softs. Hobo's in for the mediums. Matty's gone soft. That sounds so wrong. And Speedy's gone soft. I hope I can't get the power out of the corners. That's, I think, traction control. The other league, how fast the drivers in there? You've got a mix. You've got from this league, you've got Mrs. Cole, Speedy, Hobo, and Scotty. Then you've also got Moyland in there as well. I think. Let's see who's racing. I've seen your comment, Stuart. I will address that in one moment. So, racing, we've got Mrs. Carl and Zodak, Frenzy, Hobo, Carl Evans, Scotty Speedy, Moyland Nevo, Johnny Stokes. I think there are a handful of drivers that run full traction, so I don't think you'll be running around on your own. I think with the pace you've shown here, you'll be fine. I can indeed. No, wrong link. Wrong link. You're already in the server. You are already in the server, Elder. Mercedes, McLaren, Williams, Ferrari, Mercedes, Williams and Ferrari. That's back on. Mercedes is Matty. You'll be in the Aston, Elder. I've just tagged you in the attendance channel as well. So, does that mean Thornicus has won the title? So, he is going to clear Elder by a lot. So yes, I think that is confirmation that Thornicus has won the driver's title. And McLaren have got the constructor's title signing up as well. So that's a double win for McLaren. So well done to Thornicus. Consistent performance every week has paid off. RPR, the lobby opens 10:15 and it readies up at 10:30. It used to be earlier, but to make sure there was no conflict between TTFL and the RPR lobbies, we shifted the times round. Also gives me a little bit of a break to recover my voice before I go on to commentary again. We are back under racing conditions. Frenzy holding on to the lead at the moment, but I don't think he'll hold Thornicus up when Thornicus comes to make the overtake. Rapid and Panda holding on to third and fourth for Ferrari. Matty running nicely in fifth. Speedy in sixth. Hobo's dropped off the pack. Not sure what's happened to Hobo there. He is way off the pack, and a big kick of oversteer coming out of the castle, but onto the start-finish straight. Frenzy will be giving a lovely tow to everyone behind at the moment. Rapid looking like he wants to find a way past Thornicus. Thornicus up the inside of Frenzy. Rapid making a bit of a late, I say late dive, it was halfway down the start-finish straight, so it was plenty of time. Up the inside in towards turn 1. Still side by side as they head up towards turn 2. Thornicus holding on though to retake the lead. Rapid up into second. Frenzy in third. Panda in fourth, coming under a little bit of pressure from Matty as they head towards turn 3. And Panda into another safety car. This is going to be a 1 lap safety car. It's going to come in at the end of this lap. Matty and Panda coming together on the run into turn 3, which sent Panda into the wall. Was a clumsy move there. One thing this will do is give Hobo a chance to get back up with the pack. Off board, it looked clumsy, but it didn't look too bad. There's something I don't like about the spectator cam on this game. I don't think it's really changed much into the new game. Yeah, send me the link to the clip, because I'd like to see that from the onboard. So, Speedy and Matty into the pits. That's gonna hurt them. Because safety car's gonna be in at the end of this lap. Hobo into the pits as well. They're gonna have their work cut out to get back up to the pack. Podium sitters at the moment have got clean air behind them. Hobo having a wing. Let's turn that off. Let's go for stops. So Speedy looking for the most pit stop award, currently on 8 stops. We've had about 5 safety cars, so a bit excessive on the stops from Speedy. Although Hobo on 5 isn't far off. Thank you, Elder. I will look at that after the race. It's going to be a 2-lap sprint. Track's gone green, so I know safety car is in. It was going to be in anyway, it wouldn't stay out any longer. Everyone has caught back up. Thornicus hasn't gone yet. Rapid looking to try and make the most of the restart. Rapid challenging up the inside into turn 1, does get in front. Hobo getting past Matty, so Hobo up into 5th. There'll be no DRS, so it's going to be everyone deploying maximum ERS around this lap to try and keep with everyone in front. Speedy trying to have a look up the inside of Frenzy. Let's get rid of that. This is all we're really interested in, the gaps at the moment. Look us opening a bit of a gap back to we've lost Hobo in turn 7. He has done over 90% though, so he will be classified, as I think Panda will as well. This game sucks. This track on this game really sucks. The traction here is horrendous. I'm hoping 23 round here is much improved. I'm also hoping I can get this bloody PC working. But that's something to look at after RPR as we start the final lap. Rapid has opened a comfortable gap over Thornicus. Frenzy still under a bit of pressure from Speedy as they make their way through turn 2. Matty Holt. This track makes me want to commit Sudoku. Yeah, well, if you saw, I posted the end of my sprint on Monday in the tier 1 chat. It was a moment of just poor car control. How was Rapid scam this win? Well, he did that by getting past Thornicus on the restart. I'm sort of confident that Thornicus, knowing he's got the driver's title wrapped up, isn't really fussed. I'm sure he would have. I'm sure he would have liked to have sealed the win and the driver's title with the win, but yeah. Yeah, this track does cause a lot of incidents. As Speedy going for the move on Frenzy in a Bottas style run to the line. Does get the move done, so Speedy getting the final podium position. Yeah, this track does cause a lot of crashes, but I think some of that's down to the way the setup you have to run. The wings are so wrong for this track, so that you've got that straight line speed down the straights. It just means the rest of the track is horrendous. I don't know, you'll be in good company though. There's quite a few people doing it twice tonight. Well, technically 3 times. So there we are, confirmation. Rapid takes the win. Thornicus in 2nd. Speedy with the final podium position in 3rd. Frenzy in 4th. Matty in 5th. Hobo does classify in 6th. Panda is the first of the DNFs, followed by Mrs. Cole, Elder, Scotty and Singh. So that was an interesting race. Yeah, next game Chronica says red flags just to screw everything up, so we'll see how they implement that. Well, hopefully over this weekend be able to try them out. Matty, outbroke myself into turn 3. Only options were Pump Panda up the rear or Dive Bomb. I opted for Dive Bomb to give Panda more time to notice, but he didn't. Yes, it did look clumsy from the off-board. Incidents happen at the end of the day, and this track seems to promote them. But that has been a good race to commentate on, even if it was broken up by lots of safety cars. I'm going to end the stream there. I'll be back in... Oh, well, I've got an hour. I've got a bit of time to sort myself out, but I'll be back in an hour with RPR GP2. They've got a sprint and feature race around Baku, so be sure to check that one out. Then tomorrow the F2SL is that's the wrong Discord. I need that Discord. Where is F2 this week? F2 race calendar. Oh, it's Silverstone this week for the F2, so check that out as well. That'll be on commentary on Nevo Gaming's Twitch. I'm hoping to race that one, so my driver POV will be on my Twitch. You've got Hobo and Moyland will be streaming their POVs if Hobo remembers to turn it on. Then on Monday, RPR GP1 are at Miami, so commentary will be on Hobo's Twitch, and there'll be driver POVs from myself and Moyland. Then there's no more DXT FIFA chairman because that season has finished, so then I will be back on Friday for, where are you guys next week? I've got a calendar button somewhere. So we've just done Baku. You're off to China next week for a sprint race. That one will be fun. Maybe, maybe not. But that'll be interesting. I haven't seen a race around China in quite a while. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will speak to you all in an hour.